The Urban League of Greater Pittsburgh and Robert Morris University present the Black Male Leadership Development Institute. For 1 week, 65 young black teens are transformed into young black men. Their vision and understanding of the world explodes wide open with newfound possibilities and the opportunity of a better life. A life filled with goals and positive decision-making, where diversity and family values are embraced, and failure, prison, and mediocrity are not an option. They are leaders, they are dreamers, they are doers, and they are brothers who have learned how to become men.
You might not want to read the book, but we have to. You have to respect your parents.
It takes months of planning, and it all comes down to this. This is the Black Male Leadership Development Institute.
The Black Male Leadership Development Institute is an experience. It's an opportunity for the Urban League and Robert Morris University and even the Heinz Endowments, for that matter, to sow into the lives of African American high school students some essential skills that we believe will be critical for helping them to develop not only into manhood, but also proud, productive members of society.
A lot of the students are deeply engaged by the presenters and by the series of people that we have coming in to present to them.
A lot of the people who are here to help us, they are that exact role model that we need in our lives.
They see a lot of powerful, strong, articulate, educated, focused black men presenting to them who also know how to talk to them.
The more you work at it, the easier it gets, just like push-ups. When you first started doing your push-ups, was it easy when you first started doing it? No. All right, but if you kept at it, it got easier and easier. Then you moved from 10 to 15 and so forth.
Some of these students might have a 2.0, 2.1, 2.2 grade point average, and they might want to start to give up 10th grade year. I let them know that they have to get on the ball if they're serious about trying to advance in their life. I don't want to just get them into a particular institution. I want them to be prepared enough so that they stay in and that they graduate.
Not only are they powerful people and very successful, they want to give back. They want to reach back and help these young men surpass the level of success that they've obtained.
So even though they might not go to Penn State, I will be happy just as long as they graduate, no matter where they go.
A couple of the best things about BMLDI are the men who are running it. They are actually here because they care about us. They're here not because they're getting paid.
And he's also the director of Homewood Children Village Project, and he's a pastor.
What's up, y'all? I'm John Wallace III, and it's my daddy. All right.
In many ways, these young men break the stereotypes and break the mold. So I think bringing them all together and giving them the opportunity to see one another and see other positive African-American men, both older and younger, I think it's a tremendous opportunity. It's really a gift to them.
All right, I'm gonna give you 2 more minutes to wrap those bananas up. Put the banana together. That ain't how you got it. We're not dealing with their banana, we're dealing with your banana. If you don't have good values, you have to remember sometimes the things you do cannot be redone or fixed that quickly. You know, it only takes you 15 seconds to get into something that'll take you 15 years to get out of.
I think what an experience like this offers to the students that are here is an opportunity to see the potential that they have in them begin to develop and blossom.
I have a lot to learn from these great black men who have come here.
The stars on fire inside me, shining, refining, reminding.
When they get together for the learning community, they will interact with the speakers who are highly successful African-American men from all walks of life who share their life story, who share their journey, who empower these young men to think and reach for greatness. But these discussions are then continued in the smaller clusters when they meet with their cluster leaders, and they have rich conversations where they share about their stories, their lives, their goals, their ambitions. And I think bonds are really created and established, and these bonds, we hope, will sustain them for the entire year because we want them to understand that this is their community.
We're really just looking out for y'all. It is really one big family. Obviously, we're connecting with the majority of the kids, if not all of them, but definitely the ones in our group.
We pretty much teach them how to grow, how to be men. It's like a net, like we all hold each other up to the same level.
We actually pretty much hang out, you know, the 40 Cowboys.
I've made a lot of new friends this week. I'm in a group F Block, and we all put our group on a lot.
F Block! F Block! F Block! F Block! Get him!
It's a great way to interact and gain the full experience of the summit.
Creative brothers, we here forever. No matter what, we stick together.
Being here helped me widen my horizon. Well, some of the speakers, it showed that everything isn't put in front of you. You literally have to break down doors and take it just because your complexion.
You have to tear down that wall in the right way. There are different ways to obtain a goal. There's the fast way, there's the easy way, then there's the right way. If you do things the right way, you only have to do them once.
Nothing in life is so complicated that it cannot be achieved by discipline and hard work.
The path of least resistance is often the path that ought to be most avoided. Often we fear that which is unknown. So in order to overcome the fear of the unknown, let's make the unknown known. And the way we do that is by listening to each other, by paying attention to one another's stories, by respecting each other's stories, and by being willing to share our own. And then the other becomes the brother.
There's changes in time, there's changes in weather. Birds of blood are birds of a feather. The separation of state, separation of man, separation of souls from the Holy Land. Bringing now close and see no division between the fool in his eyes with his gavel, his prison. So weigh out the worth based on what's worth the most. Give love to the hate, with freedom you'll know.
You will succeed. You have to have the determination and desire. You have to surround yourself with people who are doing the kind of work that you want to do, and they'll be happy to show you how to succeed. You can and you will.
One of the things that I absolutely loved about this week was the trip to the charter school. They have been listening to presenters talk all week about leadership skills, what it takes, how to become a leader, how to step up your game. And we gave an opportunity to actually model that.
Respect adults.
Respect adults.
Respect other people's property.
Respect other people's property.
So they went to the Urban League Charter School and talked to second graders, third graders, fourth graders, fifth graders. And I saw these young men really blossom because they were being looked up to.
36. 36. 38. 38. 40. 40. 42. 42.
If not this week, at some point in the near future, they'll wake up one day and say, I get it. You know, I'm a man, I'm a black man, I'm a leader.
The recession, make that guap and my parents' bills lessen. Hello, good morning, Mr. Corporate. Are you listening? It's Slowly the Prince from the home of the champions. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, baby, we still here. After we took the cup, you all disappeared. I understand now, you all just scared to put us on the map. Hello, good morning, Mr. Disappointment.
Leadership is not about me and what I can get for myself. Leadership is ultimately about how do I serve others.
Black male leadership is the ability to develop and maintain cultural and community direction while aligning others towards a common goal and motivating them to action, and also provoking them to achieve personal and organizational transformation.
I learned that leadership isn't a word, it's not just an action, it's actually like a way of being.
Through this conference and through being taught that we are leaders, it makes us see an entirely different way to push ourselves in a new direction and that we can become something else.
My goal is to basically gain skills to be able to go back home and motivate people to do better at what they do. I learned that I'm a lot stronger than I thought I was, so I don't have to change just because of where I'm at or who I'm around. I can always still just be me.
I'd recommend this program to anybody and everybody because why not? You're learning about something new.
It's something to do in your spare time, so you're not at home just sitting around, and it gives you more knowledge about life and how to be a leader.
It makes you feel more welcome It helps you get that opportunity to say, hey, there's another black male or a friend who looks like me and goes through the same things I go through, where I don't feel alone in this world. You get to see more African American males that are not just selling drugs or playing basketball or doing a sport. They're actually here for a certain reason.
The black male in America is a descendant of a people who have undergone tremendous oppression and yet have also experienced great heights of achievement.
No, it's not easy to be a black man in America. As a black male, we have so many things against us, it's insane.
It's not tough being a young adult, so I can imagine it's even tougher being a black man. A lot of us use those things that are stacked against us as excuses, and I don't blame them because it is a lot to take in, but I do think that we shouldn't let other people bring us down. We should strive forward in those times.
In 2009, the Pittsburgh Promise required that seniors who wanted to be eligible for the scholarship needed to have at least a 2.25 GPA. Now I'm thinking to myself, how am I going to get to a 2.25 and I got a 1.7? So when Salim had came to Oliver, he said at that point in time, if you had a 1.7 GPA, you could still get that scholarship. Now I'm thinking, oh, in my senior year, I worked my butt off, guys. I had a 2.28, 0.03 above the requirement needed to get the scholarship.
An event like this gives our young people the opportunity just to kind of think a little bit about this great big world in which they find themselves, where not everybody looks like them, not everybody thinks like them, or talks like them, or behaves like them, or believes like them, but everybody is beautiful like them.
The question is not whether or not you're a genius. The question is whether or not you were able to identify the genius in you. I've had the opportunity to interact with some guys who are the best and the brightest, and it's my hope and my prayer that the genius in them will be identified and ultimately nurtured. And that's our task and that's our mission.
In everything that they do in life, there are always choices that they have to make. And as young men, you have to question, then think, then act, after you've listened to what the circumstances are. It is my hope that you will take everything that has been given to you this week and realize that we are collectively greater than the sum of our parts. And as long as we stand together, then nothing will ever, ever keep us from achieving our goals.
One of the biggest things that I think that has happened with this particular generation is that people have lost hope in them. We still believe in you, and we believe that you guys will be successful.
I'm very proud of them and look forward to seeing them one day as leaders in our community.
Dream. Dream big. Don't limit your dreams.
You're going someplace. Do it, and never be afraid.